Hello, everyone. I am here today because I got a message in my meditation from Archangel Azrael, and he was very, um, actually, kind of funny but informative. And I guess this week's message has to do with the law of attraction, but it also has to do about walking in the narrow path and walking in the wide path. And we've all heard of that in church and in sermons and reading the good book. But he touched on a different way of seeing it now that we are slowly evolving. And the way that he presented it makes so much sense. And I've been trying, I'm working, that's why. But today I'm not going into about noon. Oh, it's 10:39. Hey. But I wanted to touch base with you guys and to talk to you about what it was that he explained, how he explained it. Because walking the narrow path or walking the not narrow path or the wide path doesn't necessarily always mean about sacrifice. No. We were conditioned to believe that it was all about sacrifice. It is not about sacrifice. And I will tell you, I'm trying to get my wind chimes up because I love my wind chimes. I need wind chimes. I love wind chimes. Okay, so now I can think. Oh my God, yes. Frequency. All right, so what he explained about the narrow path and how he explained it was incredible, because he says, well, humans have so much baggage that they carry around. The biggest baggage is ego, but ego has other baggages that it creates: fear, lack of understanding, lack of self-love, anger, all those things that ego, which is the main luggage, that's the big one, the one they put in the plane on the bottom where the rest of the big luggage is at. And he said it's funny that the human has actually symbolized their personal luggage with ego in a confined box. And the more luggage you take with you because you can't live without it, the more it signifies that you are not ready for change and you are not ready to let go of those feelings and conditions that you were brought up with. Hence, the reason why you fill up your luggage with things you end up not even using on your vacation. So I'm like, gosh, that used to be me. And he's like, yeah, that used to be you. He goes, and that brings us to me explaining about why everyone fits in the narrow passage. The narrow passage takes us to truth, takes us to a place where we all need to be. Now, he says, don't be fooled. There are many people in the narrow passage, more so now in this day and age than in the narrow passage. And the reason why is because people are realizing that they no longer need the excess baggage. So there's still some baggage that we're taking through into the narrow passage. He says, you cannot possibly fit everything you're taking that you don't need and fit it in that narrow passage. On the contrary, you're going to go slow. Just like the same amount of luggage that you're taking in the narrow passage, if you now take the wider passage, you're still going to go slow because the baggage on one side, on the narrow passage, you're fighting against the current, taking something you don't need. On the wider passage, you can take everything you need, but you're going to go slow because there's so much weight that you're bringing. So there is resistance in both passages. He went to say that it doesn't matter which passage you take. Even if you shed all your luggage, you can still take the wide passage. But in the wide passage, you are given so much to look at, and there is so much unfocus because there's so much going around that you go slow, even if you don't have baggage. But if you decide to take your baggage, you're still accepted. You're just going to go slow. Now it's not only because you're losing focus because of everything that's around you, but also because you have to pull all that with you, and it makes it harder. Again, the passages are not about sacrificing so much as focusing on your life's purpose. Your life's purpose should be at the soul level. You need to live in the soul, from your soul. When you live from your soul, you let go of the baggages. The last one to go is always that big one, that ego. But you let go of anger. You let go of self-loathing. You let go of the self-sabotage. There is one thing that he explained as well. He said, when you label yourself as I have anxiety, I've been hurt before, I have been abandoned, I have been hurt, I have been physically hurt, I have been emotionally hurt and mentally hurt. You are saying an intention, and you are accepting this in your present. That is baggage. That needs to go away and start accepting that that is baggage you don't need in your narrow path, which is ideally the path you want to take. But you want to go without anything in your hands. And you're going to have space for you, your family, your children, your friends, and your plans to go through this narrow path. And this narrow path is exactly what it is. It is a narrow path that will take you directly where you need to go in your spiritual movement, in your divine movement, with your divine compass, because there's only one way to go. It's forward. So Azrael explained, you don't need any of these things. Oh, it's raining again. You don't need any baggage, and you can walk through that narrow path. There is no sacrifice needed. There is no pain, no hurt needed as you walk the narrow path. And again, you can take either or. It's going to take you to the same place. It's just this one's going to take you longer. But this narrow path was designed to fit everyone that you want your friends, your family, because you're going to take them, you're going to teach them, you're going to help them, you're going to lift them, right? With your own light. So the only thing that you need is your light, your love, your understanding, your truth, and your integrity. Those are your compasses. That is your compass. And once you hit that narrow road, that path, you have nowhere else to go but forward. You have come to where you need to come to so that you can go where you need to go to. But it is not about the sacrifice. It is about the understanding that you can't possibly walk through a narrow path if you have all this baggage that you have to push it through. That's why you have a narrow path and a wide path. You want to bring all that along? Go fine. It's fine. It's your free will. But you need to take, if you're going to move a little bit, you're going to need to take that wide path. But in this path, you bring nothing with you. Just as you were born, you came with nothing but love and light. You leave with nothing but love and light. That is enough. So that is the message that I got from Archangel Azrael. He also spoke a lot about the laws of attraction. As you guys know, I am resistant a little bit towards the laws of attraction because I feel that the laws of attraction really work best for positive flow, not so much for negative flow. It's harder for negative flow because the law of attraction is so high up in frequency that it's got to be something really, really, it's got to be a circumstance where negative circumstances would attract that law of attraction for you. So everybody's talking about the laws of attraction. Everybody's talking about becoming a light. Everybody, you know, it is true. When you attract light and love, you get more light and love. And the reason is because the law of attraction is at a higher level. In order for you to attract anything lower than the high frequencies where you're supposed to be at, it is only because it's your choice to allow to receive that, and then you manifest it. So the message from Archangel Azrael was, it's harder to attract negative within the structure of the law of attraction. You really have to be doing a lot of negative work in order for it to come into your life. Stop it. We don't need it anymore. We are evolving, and they are evolving with us. We no longer see angels in white robes with those wings flapping. We don't see that anymore. We see something totally different. We even see ourselves as light beings when we cross. We don't see the meat shell that is left behind, although sometimes we get a glimpse because it's a memory string that is allowed for us to see, a spiritual imprint that we can tap into because everything is energy. So Azrael was very, very, very open about that narrow and wide path. And he says the same thing goes with the laws of attraction. When you're at a higher frequency and you realize, I don't need all this crap, and you can walk through that narrow path, what happens? Everything that is positive goes with you. So the flow continues. Get it? It's all about energy flow. All about energy flow. So the laws of attraction push you through with your divine compass, with your divine navigation, with your divine purpose. And it moves you through because everything is getting attracted to you to help you through that path. Now, it doesn't mean that the laws of attraction stop working or don't work in the wide path. They're still trying to push you through. Okay? But in this wide path, you're still learning. You're still getting yourself out of understanding. I don't need this stuff. As you start learning, there are doors that are taking you into closer and closer to that narrow path. So if you're in the wide path, hey guys, don't worry. You're going to get there. The more you learn, the more you read, the more you meditate, the more you cleanse yourself, the more that you become that spiritual, proud being that understands truth and integrity, and you want to help yourself, and then you want to help others, because you can't help others if you can't help yourself. Giving you a cup of coffee, but I forgot to make the coffee. Oh, yeah, there you go. No, it doesn't work that way. All right. So I hope this message gets to you and you understand it. I know I jumped from things to things because everything happens in minutes. And then it feels like I've meditated for hours, but no, it's actually minutes. So I needed to post this since Monday, but I've been working. Even my voice, I'm so tired, but it's okay. The message is clear. It's not all about sacrifice. It is about the choices that we make, and those choices spin that wheel of the law of attraction. And it's okay if you are on the wide path. Just keep working. It doesn't mean it's a bad path. It doesn't mean that you need to sacrifice yourself to get to the narrow. It means you need to let go. You need to be in light. You need to be in love. You need to be the spiritual soul that you intended to be. And when you let go of all those baggages, you're going to feel free. You're going to feel, oh my God, that you can breathe. You can feel that life is perfect. And then you'll be able to move forward to that narrow path. And you're going to realize that all these things you have labeled yourself as, used as a crutch, used as an excuse, used to make a poor choice, was no longer needed. From this moment is where they want you to take corrective action with your soul, with your body. Corrective action, divine corrective action. Yes, I'm being told. Divine corrective action. When we take divine corrective action, and we follow the path of least resistance. Why is it the path of least resistance? Because once you are in that narrow path and you have nothing and everything is moving the way it's supposed to, that flow receives no resistance. Yet, there is resistance of some form in the wide path. This is why I say, follow the path of least resistance. It is the narrow. The less you resist, the better the flow. That means flow for you, your loved ones, your family, your friends. What better gift than that you can give everyone around you? So pray, teach, learn, do, and heal. Ahum. I hope you have a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful week.